I mean, to me, the Chamber of Secrets was like really special, just because the first film I was obviously only in the one scene, and that was really like, that was like at that age, like doing the sort of scenes that I did in that film, and were just big. Like it felt quite momentous and big, and I loved Christopher Columbus so much. I think he gave so much the first two movies that often he's never given enough credit for. Like he really set in motion that foundation of family that really is in Harry Potter, not only in the Weasley family, but just this idea that Harry finds a family at last, and I think he like set the tone for that. So I think that feeling was really like there, and I loved working with Christopher Columbus. And then, what else did I mean, the Deathly Hallows was like cool because we got to make 2 movies out of 1 book. That was pretty cool. For all of them, it's like asking. I don't know. It's like if I had children, it's like asking who's your favorite child, in my opinion. So all of them. But yeah, I hope that answered your question. Thank you.
Hi. If you had to choose your real family versus
She can't get rid of her real family. Even if she could, there's too many cameras here. They'll find out.
Yeah, they'll find out. They'll know.
Yeah.
Versus
Sure, we don't know what this verse is. It could be
the Harry Potter. And if you guys had a family, which one would you have to pick? Like to go home for the holidays.
Oh, okay, that's better.
So you mean like Ginny and Harry and their children, and then my actual like birth family?
Yeah.
Would you rather go home?
Like the parents that like made my life. Like I wouldn't even have the choice to make right now if it wasn't for them.
I mean, well, and to be fair, if the story is correct, your brother is kind of who got you involved with.
Yeah, so I wouldn't have even been in the role. Yeah.
She's got to go with the home team. That's just important.
Always the home. I mean, don't get me wrong, love Ginny and Harry, but I can't. I mean, I couldn't say. I couldn't cheat on my own family.
What if you brought Harry home to your family?
Oh, now that would be interesting. There you go. Yeah, I would take them to the grandparents. Yeah. I mean, I have to say my own family.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. How do you think the movie directors did changing Ginny from the books and transferring her into the movies?
Ooh, cool question.
Critical.
Yeah, I guess they all have like very much different stages they were working with. I guess for Ginny's characters, I mean, it very much like, I feel like it's like 1 and 2, and then there was like a bit of a dip in like 3 and 4, and then she like steps into a whole new thing in the 5th, 6th, 7th, and part 2. So for me, like I was saying, Christopher Columbus was really about setting the foundations, and I think he instilled so much confidence in us. We were so young, and that was like his world was very much working with children in his like previous films that he's known for, and he was really good at that. So I think he made me feel like really safe and grew my sort of confidence and like brought the humor and joy to the character, the kind of Weasley like fun stuff that happens, whether or not it's like the teasing that goes wrong in the Weasley family, or me, you know, walking down in that scene in the Burrows and seeing Harry and my eyes go wide and like running away and playing into that humor was fun. And then I think, I mean, like Alfonso Cuarón and Mike Newell, like I would say there was less like specifics I found that I had with Ginny, just because like other parts of the story kind of were more at the forefront. But I loved working with them a lot in terms of, I realize now, like from a directing perspective, like watching their own styles were very, very different. And then working with David Yates had probably the most impactful experience with Ginny, just because she like steps into this whole new layer of her. And we often really played into this idea of her being a warrior, this idea that she, you know, she's in Dumbledore's army, she's this loyal figure in Harry's life that is like, she's just there, that she's sort of, and when she steps into the stuff at the Ministry of Magic, she gets this quite feisty side, and I loved the tomboyish kind of side to her too, and the Quidditch thing. So we really tried to bring that out. And whether or not often you'll have like so much dialogue with the director about, you know, the character and layers that you want to put into it, and in a movie as big as Harry Potter with so many characters, it was always, there was almost more to the acting, like, in discussion than there was in terms of, like, when we were in the performance and filming, or just having that opportunity to, like, to do that. But that's why you have all those dialogues. So when you do have that moment to show a character, it's like you're ready. So I would say, yeah, that was what he brought out of it in terms of David Yates. And I think, I mean, that's what was also really lovely, which you don't often get when you're reading other scripts for movies, is that you have this, you know, you've got 7 books of basically background context for the whole sort of job that it involves, and you usually just don't get that backstory. So it was really fun to be able to refer to that, and like I always, you know, was reading the books the day they came out like everyone else, and I reread the books just before each film, and that was really lovely. Recently I was talking last weekend when we were at the celebration of Harry Potter at the theme park, and I realised that I haven't read the books in so long. I feel like I need to, and I haven't actually watched the films in so long. And then everyone was saying, don't you watch one? Like, it's like Christmas, it's like a holiday. I'm like, no, I haven't got into that. I feel like I need to do a marathon, because I've never watched them back to back. Has anyone done that? I feel like there's people who have done that.
I was going to say, you're in the right place for that.
I think you'd really see, I mean, watching us in the first film, everyone's like voices are so high-pitched.
Everyone was young then.
Yeah.
So yes. Thank you.
And I also think we didn't, like when we were making the films, it was always such like a close kind of environment. I guess it was always just so surreal. Every year we had the premieres, like I mean, like I said at the beginning, like there's nothing normal about going into Leicester Square and having like thousands of people having camped out for days to be part of the premiere. And I always used to get absolutely terrified, like getting out of the car before the premieres, because it's like, I mean, you can hear the noise of people from like streets, you know, away. And I'm one of those people who gets like super, super last minute nerves. Like I'll happily like sleep the night before of like some stressful thing or do anything, and then just before I'm like crash. So it was always this like, yeah, I'm fine, and then you're like, oh my god, and then it'd be like the door opens and it would just get louder and louder. The people's, you know, the amount of people who had joined and camped out. So that was always pretty wild and surreal.